Hey guys, it's your girl Andrea Griffin Rogers here, and I have a word for someone today. As I was in my morning worship and prayer, I was listening to a song by Maverick City Music and Kirk Franklin called "The One You Love." And as I was just in the moment, I just heard God say, "Hold tight." And I know you're like, wait, what? Like, that's a different song. It is a different song. But the word I heard as I was listening to the song and it was singing, or Chandler was singing, I can call on him when I need him. He's still my friend. He's still your friend. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're facing today, hold tight to the word that says he's still my friend. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter how many challenges you're facing today. God is still your friend, and you can call on him when you need him. I think about my own experiences and what I've been through. You guys know I can't teach you anything that I haven't been through myself. And so when I was going through my Job wilderness season, I told y'all go read the story in the Bible. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Life felt so heavy. It felt so heavy. I thought I would never smile again. I thought I would never get through that storm. And when it began, I lost three significant people in my life. My great aunt died first, and then my grandmother, her sister died, and my grandfather. Not in that order. My great aunt died first, and then my grandfather died right a few months after, and then a few months after that, my grandmom died. And just like Job, what I feared came to life because I always knew my grandparents kept each other alive. And so I knew when one was going to go, the other one was going to soon follow. And sure enough, doggone it, that's exactly what happened. And it was so devastating. Anybody who knows me knows how much I loved my grandmother. I mean, we were like two peas in a pod. She was just the older version of me in a sense because we just got each other. We just like clicked, baby. And so when she died, it was so unbearable. Like, I can't take another bad news. And then sure enough, here came some more bad news and some more bad news and some more challenges, and it just kept piling on to the point that I felt like I was suffocating. And yet I held tight. I held on to God. Baby, I had to take every day. I had to break it up. I had to take every second of every minute of every hour just to get through the day because I felt like I don't know at any point if I'm going to just crumble and shatter to pieces because my heart was being wrapped up in bandages and band-aids, and I mean it was just exploding with blood, but I'm still trying to piece it together because my it just felt like I can't take another thing. And so when I was listening to these songs this morning from the album Kingdom, if you haven't heard it, go listen to it. It's all streaming on all platforms. It was just stirring in my faith, just what I've been through and remembering God's promises over my life and how I'm seeing certain things manifesting and unfolding. And through that storm, when God was telling me to hold tight, I got something in store for you to call on me. I'm your friend. I still love you. I'm still here. I did not believe it sometimes. Some days it just felt like, God, you can't be. You can't. It's too bad. It's too bad. It's too horrible in my life for me to believe that you really are here, that you really see what I'm going through. But each and every second, minute, hour of the day, God would show me things or tell me things, or as I was reading and studying his word, something would just resonate and start my faith. Days when I felt like I can't go no more and I wanted to give up, there was something saying, baby, keep going. I'm still here. I'm still your friend. I'm still your father. I'm still here. I still got you in the palm of my hands. I know the crushing seems unbearable, but I know what I'm doing. Trust in the potter. You are the clay. I know what I'm doing. And so I just had to come on here to encourage and stir somebody's faith that God knows what he's doing. It may not look like it, it may seem too hard to bear, but God will never give you something or never allow a test to come your way if he did not know that you can get through it. But it's not about getting through it in your own strength. It's about believing and trusting in the God who created you and who is giving you strength. His word promises that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And it also says that his grace is sufficient, for his power works best in weakness. See, now I'm here. I can come up on here and tell you that I can boast about my weaknesses because I know that when I am weak, God is strong. Go read 2 Corinthians 12 to stir your faith and encourage you that God got you in the palm of his hands. He will never leave you nor forsake you. I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor the children begging for bread. God is not going to leave you begging for bread. He is the bread of life. So why would he leave his children begging for bread? And so whatever you're going through, know that you just got to tap into your creator, your father. Your father cares about you. And you may say, well, look, Andrea, listen, I done prayed and I done tried and it ain't work. Keep working well what's not working well. It may not seem like it's working. You may not understand what's going on because right now you're in the dark room. I heard it best said by Christine Kane when she was talking about old school photography. And I say it's old school because of the new technology that we have today, but it was, prevalent in my time growing up. When you had a Polaroid or you had an old school camera and you would take a picture, but you had to go get that developed. You had to get the film developed. And when they developed it, they would take it to a dark room, a dark place with limited light. And they would saturate it in different liquids in order to bring the picture to light. And so when it was time, when that picture was clear and pristine and ready to be handed to the person who took the pictures, that's when the developer took it out of the dark room and then handed it to the customer, handed it to the client, handed it to the world for the world to see the images, the beautiful beauty that was once taken and was only once just digital on some film that now became available to hold in your hands. And so that's what you're going through in your life. If you are in a tough, challenging season, and this word ain't going to be for everybody, and that's fine. But for those that it is for, it's yours. There might be some tears crying out your eyes right now. There may be a stirring in your heart that says, this is my word. This is for you. You are in the dark room right now, baby. And I've been there. I know what it's like to be in the dark room. You can't even find a doorknob to get out. But that's okay. Trust the developer, which is Jesus, that he knows what he's doing. You'll get there. The world will see the work that's been done in the dark room. Trust the process. Hold tight to his word that says he will never leave you nor forsake you. Hold tight to his word that says, I'm the potter, you're the clay. Hold tight to his word that says, I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. You got to hold tight to his word and trust that he will always be there when you need him. You can call on him when you need him. He's still your friend. He's still your father. He's still your shepherd. He's still your supporter. You may not see him. It's an old school song that I'm thinking of right now that says, he may not come when you want him, but he'll be there right on time because he's an on-time God. Yes, he is. God is an on-time God. And so again, you may not see where, how, when, God, I done called on you yesterday. I needed you by midnight. You didn't come midnight, but that's all right, baby. Because God is outside of time. He knows exactly what you need when you need it. I'm gonna wrap it up with this last testimony, if you will. This past weekend, I didn't know what I needed. For those of you that listen to the podcast, you know that I've been dealing with grief once again. I lost my dog, my baby, and he died after 11 years of life and servitude, and just, I miss him. It's too many words to tell you how much that dog meant to me. And so I've been dealing with the grief of losing him and just the silence of him not being in the house, barking and pitter pattering around the house and thumping up and down the steps as he would climb up and down the steps, and just giving me those little looks and nods and smiles and things. And so I didn't know what I needed this weekend. And I had a friend reach out to me and say, let's go out. And I was like, I don't know. I don't think, I got so much work to do. And it was like I wasn't even taking my own advice. And God told me to be still and go. And so sure enough, doggone it, I went out and I had so much fun. And there were times where I had moments of grieving because I was out in a place that had, people had their dogs out and two dogs looked exactly like my baby. And I cried. And do you know what? That friend just helped me. In that moment of weakness, there were people around. It didn't matter. The people around me didn't judge me, or for what I know, they didn't judge me because they didn't say nothing. It was just a peaceful silence. It almost felt like I had angels around me protecting me because everybody just stopped. Whatever they were doing just stopped and was just silent in that moment as I grieved, as I cried. And my friend gave me a hug. I didn't even know I needed a hug, but she gave me a hug and just held on to me until the tears stopped falling. And I felt so much better, so much lighter. And we went and enjoyed the rest of our day. And every now and then, when we would walk past the dog, she'd say something encouraging to me. And again, I had to hold tight. I'll see my dog again. I can keep moving forward. And when I need God, I can call on him. And he'll be right here because he is right here, leading me, guiding me every step of the way. And so let this message be encouragement to you. You needed this word today. You didn't know it. You probably don't know who I am. And some of you do, or you at least know my name. But you needed this word today to tell you that you can call on him when you need him. He's still your friend. He's still there. He still has a plan for your life. He's still going to see you through if you continue to persevere and trust in him. He knows what he's doing. So it may be crushing. It may be dark. You may see no way out. But every seed that blossoms into a tree, blossoms into a fruit, blossoms into a plant, first goes in the dark dirt and it's covered and it looks like no way out. But there's something happening on the inside. That seed is starting to sprout roots that's going down first before it comes up. And so trust in the process. It may be dark, but there's something going down on the inside. If you just allow the maker, allow the Holy Spirit to do a work in you, I promise you, you will get to the other side. And so may the Lord bless you and keep you, cause his face to shine upon you. May the Lord our God be gracious to you, show you his favor, and give you his peace. Take care.